This week, we're diving back into Season 1, Chapter 9, Among the Twisting Streets, where we meet young Strena, an orphan girl from the Old City, and experience the far-reaching effects of the Machine King's bold prison break. Now, I've worked with my audio artist Zoran to infuse this chapter with more magic, wonder, and incredible artistry. And along the way, we're taking a look back at the Seventh Valkyrie journey as we make our way towards Season 3. Welcome to the Welcome to the Seventh Valkyrie listen along, guys. Let's rock and roll. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Seventh Valkyrie Listen Along. I'm your host, Colin Sharp, creator and current voice of the Seventh Valkyrie, who often flubs. If you're a new listener coming through the series for the first time, welcome. And if you're a grizzled hero veteran, it is awesome to have you back. In today's episode, we're talking about Season 1, Chapter 9, which is Among the Twisting Streets. Spoiler alert, if you have not listened. If you have not had the chance to get up to that point, stop, collaborate, and listen to those other previous episodes. Because we're starting with Inside the Episode, where we talk about what happened. And this chapter introduces a new perspective, that of Strena, a young girl living in the haven of the Old City with her plump Huna named Guba. Now, Guba is awake and bothering Strena about something, so she goes to close the window, only for her own very sensitive sense to catch something on the wind, the sound of bells in the new city. She races over to check and wake up Mama Maven, and after a moment of uncertainty where she has to trust her senses, they leap into action, and her hunch is confirmed as the bells get louder and the whole city rises in response. Through Strena, we see how the Old City evacuation plan comes together, through community ties and shared understanding rather than sort of a formal plan, and that happens across every level of the city. And even when the all clear is eventually given, things are certainly not back to normal. Everybody is on edge, and it seems May's predictions that something moved that would disrupt the entire city is not only unnervingly accurate, but coming true far earlier than we anticipated. Now we'll hop into our second segment called Outside the Episode, where we take a little bit of a look behind the curtain. And I love the Huna sound effects here. We got a chance to work with Guba in Season 2, and kind of got dialed in on how exactly this rolling, plump, fun creature got around and went, ah. And it's in full effect here. Guba is just in shining form. I think having those little moments of the bells on the breeze is awesome from a sound design perspective, and it gets us in the head of Strena. You're in this moment of not quite sure if you can hear it. Speaking of Strena, her voice is what it is. One day I think we'll get an up-and-coming voice actor to actually capture the tone and vocal patterns and stuff of a much younger child. But for now, it's Strena, and it's me doing Strena's voice. So it's one of those voices that I can't really get fully to its maximum potential because I just don't quite have the vocal range there. So I like to be aware of my limits there, and let you guys know that yes, I know it does sound like me just doing a young girl thing, but I do think every once in a while she has enough heart coming through that it can kind of even surpass the fact that I am a large adult man. Last, in terms of Outside the Episode, is I love this sudden grassroots coming together of the Old City, which just makes sense. Like, everything is about kind of decentralized understanding, and when the bells start ringing, the Old City just sort of moves as one, and that's part of the reason that the Eterans are so terrified, and that cohesion definitely plays into the rest of the season. And especially a lot of elements in season 2 as well. Anyway, I'm giving you guys a little bit of a spoiler there. Sorry, I'm just getting a little excited. But for now, we are. I cannot tell you any more about anything in the future because we're done with our second segment and wrapping up this episode of the Listen Along. So, if you are itching to get ahead, you are not alone, and you can do that one of two ways. You can listen to the episodes as they were released right now today for free, or if you'd like to experience the full magic of the series, you can join us on Patreon as a hero of Edera and get exclusive access to the Season 1 reimagining weeks before it hits the public. The choice is yours. We're just glad to have you along for the ride as we head along towards Season 3. Talk to you guys soon.